know we're looking forward to the game, but maybe we could start by looking back at the relationship a little bit. Wes, since you just said you've known each other since you guys were 13, maybe take us back to those first meetings and how the relationship grew from then to kind of what it is today.
The first time that I met him, we was in Carson, California. We're in a group of camp of like 80 kids taking 4 big buses to the training grounds from the hotel. And coincidentally, like I was sitting literally right behind him, and we were thinking about another goal celebration to get a Gatorade bottle or a squirt bottle, because I used to sit behind him. I used to squirt empty like air with like a little bit of water into his ear, and we just kind of became friends like that. I was scared to take the elevator, so he used to walk with me up the stairs, like 11 flights of stairs after training all the time. We had a piece of gum that we would try and stick on the palm tree. And we stuck it one time. I think we came back like after like 2 months or whatever, when we found him. We're like, oh my God, like it's crazy. So we've kind of we've known each other for a while. We've always stayed close. We've always kind of somehow, I don't know how, always found a way to play for each other's rivals teams. It's been a great journey, and hopefully a journey that continues. But for sure, they always say that if you're friends for more than 10 years, then you're friends for life. So hopefully that'll carry out as well.
Yeah, y'all really sound like you grew up together. Christian, you got any memories of kind of that time?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the kind of guy who would share stories like that, but I'm glad Weston just now put them all out there. Yeah, that's exactly how it started. Him being annoying as he is, and yeah, me just putting up with it. And no, obviously we just always got really close. We just happened to always, yeah, we were drawn to each other from like a young age, like you said, and then I mean, he and how we played for each other's kind of rival teams, which has been kind of a crazy path that we've both taken. Maybe, well, I don't want to say one day we'll be on the same team, but you never know. But yeah, it's been fun, and we enjoy competing against each other, and not just on the pitch, but I mean in all things, like you said. But we play video games together. When we're in camp, we have all kinds of different games and stuff we play. So it's been it's been really nice.
I wonder if you guys ever think like how crazy it is just that you guys started playing at 13, and now you're playing in a big game like this. You've obviously played against each other in other big settings too. Can you have a sense of kind of what that experience will be like? And I wonder if like back in the day you ever sat around and dreamt or discussed, talked about the possibility of playing in big games for big clubs like this, either with or against each other? Christian?
I mean, I don't know. I think we both wanted to be professional players in Europe. I think that's what we talked about the most. I don't think there was like, one day let's go to rival teams and compete. I think it was, it was awesome that we always got to play together and enjoyed that experience in the national team. And like we said, it's just kind of worked out this way. But yeah, I think we've always had our goals in mind and spoken about that for sure, of playing in Europe at the highest level. And it's great that we've, gotten to this point.
Could you see this coming back in the day, Wes?
No, I mean, back in the day, it was a different time. It wasn't a lot of Americans in Europe. So just the dream for both of us was just to make it to Europe, and now that we kind of, we did that, it's like you said, it kind of just panned out this way that, he went to Germany first and went to Dortmund, and then I came to Schalke, and then I came to Italy, and now he's at Milan. So it's pretty funny how it worked out, but I guess it's the universe keeping us close.
Given the success that you both have had in Italy, to what degree do you think playing there has helped you guys grow as players, and in what way?
I mean, I think I've grown a lot here. I don't know if it's, I think I'm actually been surprised with how difficult a lot of the games are in this league. I think it's been a great test for me, but I think it just comes down to a lot of that, just being given the opportunities here. I've had a lot of time on the field to show what I can do, and been given kind of a creative role and a lot of freedom as well at times, which has been a huge part of my just kind of getting that self-belief back and growing that confidence. And that's how I feel about it now.
I mean, for me, I think the league helped me grow and more of a tactical standpoint and positional standpoint as well. You know, I was in Germany before, and I was the workhorse still, and I was running everywhere and trying to get into everything, and maybe running 60 yards when I only need to run 20 and get the same job done. So I think that Italy definitely helped me out that way, because this is a very tactical league, very defensive league as well. So, and in terms for me, it helped me out that way a lot.
It seems like Americans there've been a lot in Germany. There've been quite a few in the Premier League, maybe not as many in Serie A. Do you think the success that you've had there will open up the door for other U.S. players, and have other players, you know, from the U.S. sought you out to get your impressions of the league? Christian, I'll take you first.
No, it's been good. I think, like, even when I first came into Germany, there wasn't a lot of Americans in general in any of the leagues, but there was a few that I looked up to. And I hope, you know, kids back home are watching us have success. And yeah, obviously we've both been in England, we've both been in Germany, and now Italy. And yeah, hopefully they see that and can get some inspiration from that, and see, you know, what these Americans can do it at the highest level, and can want to do the same.
Wherever you go, you know, obviously, like me, before I went to Germany, I saw Christian was having success in Germany. They were given opportunities to him, and so, you know, seeing that, you know, I always wanted to return to Germany as well, because I grew up there a little bit, so it was like a second home for me. But seeing that, you know, it definitely helps open up your eyes as well. So to see him go to England, and to see me come to Italy, I think that really not only opens up eyes to kids back home, but I think opens eyes to teams in the league, because if you come here and you have success, then they look at it and like, okay, well, why don't we, you know, try another one, or try 2 more or 3 more? Because like you said, in Italy, there hasn't been a lot of Americans, and whenever I came here, I was one of the only ones besides Buzio and Tanner Tasman that came after as well. But then, you know, had success here, and opens up the floodgates for many more to come. So I think it definitely helps having a successful run in a league, because it just opens up the eyes to that league and to the teams there.
What about playing in Italy took the longest to get used to? I mean, what was the toughest thing to adapt to? Christian, I'll take you first.
I mean, the language, I guess, is always the hardest part when you don't speak it at all.
For me as well, probably just the language. And also being coming here and being someone no one really knew about. So it was kind of like I didn't really have a translator. So I'm just sitting in meetings like, what's going on? And then expected to do it on the field straight away. So definitely the language.
All right, shout out to Jeff Carlisle, who got some questions in there as well. You can read his work over at ESPN.com. Any big takeaways from the interview?
Yeah, you know, obviously the friendship.
Yep.
It goes without saying how much these two care for each other. And I think that's actually, and at the end of the day, you're professionals and you've got to go out to perform, wear it for the crest. But when you want to fight for the guy next to you, when you want to actually do battle for him and be there for that person, that goes a long way. And you can see evidently that not just these two, but there is that family feeling within the U.S. men's national team. And then Weston being Weston, the part about at Juventus, nobody translated anything and then expected him to go out and do that. That's quintessential Weston, and I guess you would say also Juve.
Did you kind of pick up there that he was saying, like, when I got here, maybe I wasn't important enough to have a translator? I wonder if he knew that Christian got a translator when he arrived, and if maybe he was kind of subtly saying, like, hey, I didn't arrive with as much fanfare, you know, as Christian Pulisic did, which obviously he did not.
At all.
Yeah.
At all. When he got there, I think he said a relative unknown. No, you were an unknown, but I think he proved himself. He's one of the most important players they have this season. Leads a team in assists, and he's not even that type of player. He's proved himself now in Serie A. He's proved himself now with Juventus, and if he makes a move anywhere else, trust me, they'll have a translator for him.
Juventus and AC Milan this weekend in Serie A.